We knew going in that it was going to be a challenge. We went in with our eyes open. We're informed that we had some environmental problems. We just didn't know to what extent. I even had one person tell me that they thought the site might even be undevelopable. So we knew that we had a challenge. We did the normal things we would do, a phase one, a phase two. We hired engineers that were experts in environmental issues to come up with a work plan for DEQ. We also knew we had a serious utility problem. There are two 96-inch storm sewers running diagonally through this site. So we knew going in that we had a challenge. It ended up being considerably worse than even the engineers had warned us. Once we really began to test the dirt, we actually had to stop work, refile a work plan with the Department of Environmental Quality, get a second work plan approved, go out for public comment before we could proceed. That's how bad the contamination was that we found once we got in and began doing the testing. We have received a certificate of completion from DEQ, which allows us to move forward. The site's clean. We're under contract with the hotel group for the corner. They're under due diligence. We expect to have our final documentation from our lender and break ground on the apartments before the end of the year. We are also, we've set a construction trailer. We will start the utility relocation process in Sheridan within the next 30 days. Sheridan's going to be shut down. We'll actually dig up the entire street to a depth of about 20 feet. We not only have the storm sewers to relocate, all the utilities along Sheridan and part of Joe Carter have to be brand new, redone to get everything off the site into Sheridan. We want new streets, new infrastructure, new common areas, and I know the owners on the south side, we're in communication with them. I expect them to begin work fairly soon too. So the timing is good for all of us to shut Sheridan down, do the infrastructure, put in the new street. Once it's opened, everything's new, basically from this corner all the way to Lincoln. I decided to do a little more extensive model on Steelyard because I think it's a little bit hard for people to visualize on an entire block like that. When you see the scope, it helps understand what's that thing going to look like on that block when it's done. Yeah, we spent a lot of money and hired some people in Dallas who are experts in this. We thought it was important for the stakeholders as well as the city to be able to visually see what this is going to look like. I think it's an important project for East Bricktown. So the better visual we can provide the people that are helping us, I felt like that I owe it to them as an investment. We've got a long rectangle here to deal with on the site plan as opposed to maybe a square like we had in Midtown at the edge. Originally, we had a very long building with a parking garage on the northeast side. Some people suggested that we break that up, and so ultimately what we've done is we've broken up the building so you've got a large building on the west side, then you'll have another building with the clubhouse on the east side with a garage behind it, and what we call the yard, which is a drive going right through the center of it. We've got a lot more retail here than we did at our Midtown project, about 17,000 feet. So we feel like the mixed use component here in Bricktown was needed. Retail on that first floor and giving people a little bit better visual, taking it what is in effect 2 blocks and breaking it up into a project that feels better on this type of a site.